episode 6 of the Crochet and Knit podcast. So today is another short podcast. I am trying to keep them shorter to like 20-25 minutes-ish. And where I'll just be doing maybe an extra podcast here and there. So I can't believe I'm already up to episode 6. It seems like just yesterday I just started it. But yes, I did stick to what I put on Twitter, and I am posting this outside, not posting it outside, but doing a video outside. So if you are new to this channel, then welcome. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and for any returning subscribers, welcome back to my channel. So I let Bobby mention it on her channel first. I have decided to make stuff and create stuff to sell at the market with her. Like, we'll still be separate. We'll still each have our own name, but like sell together, because it's easier to get one table at a market than it is to get two separate. So we're gonna make stuff and sell it together. I don't know how much sense that makes, but and if you wonder why I keep moving, it's because the spot I chose has a little bit of a bank, so I keep stepping up and down on a rock. I just like the lighting here and the background with the trees. And next, I have a Ravelry update. So I have now put 3 projects in my Ravelry challenge queue, well, completed queue. So it is now 15% complete because I chose 20 projects. So I have completed 3 projects, meaning I have done 15% of my Ravelry challenge. And I hope it is a fun challenge to do. As I said in my last podcast, if you're in your notebook, it'll ask you to go to they'll show you a challenge tab, and the first thing it shows you is select how many projects you would like to complete in the year of 2018. So of course I chose 20 because some of it's going to be hats. I am going to put in a couple big ones because I know I can whiz through a hat, especially if it's double crochet. So I have put some big ones in there, which I will get into in a bit because I did make some progress on some projects. So just to jump into my current works in progress. First up, I have my garden blanket, which the green ball. I love having a fence here. I can make it hold the ball of yarn. So as you can see, find it. I have added quite a few more rows, because last time you've seen it, it only had maybe to here done. So I have added quite a bit to it, and I've almost used up this yarn. I have gone through, I almost tried playing yarn chicken with the brown. I know I'm going to have to get more brown and more green because the blanket, if I make it the size to fit a bed, I'm going to need a lot more. So I might just make it as a little throw blanket, just to make it easier. I really don't want this to come undone because I have so many loose ends. So this is I have made a lot of progress on the garden blanket, which I am so happy about, and I can't wait to add it to my completed Ravelry list. So next up, I've been working on a headband set. I got one complete, and the second part of it is almost completed, which I just said was a flower. So I'm so excited, but it is a ear warmer. Now, I did wing the pattern on this, so it goes like 2 rows of double crochet, slip stitches. It's like an alternation of slip stitches and double crochet. And of course, I decided to clean up the border with a white slip stitch. Just 1 row of white slip stitches. And this is a flower that Bobby created for me. It is a pattern. It is the Daisy Flower Designs pattern. So this is the Daisy's Flower Designs pattern, which I found off of Pinterest by simply typing in a simple crochet flower, but I will be sure to link the link I used below to make this flower, because I want to be sure I give credit to the person. This is a beautiful flower. Thank you so much for posting this pattern. So it's going to be lined with white, which you'll see what I mean when I show you the other hat, but it's going to be attached to it just to create a nice little flower on it. And the other one's going to be just like this, just opposite colors. And the yarn I used is my white and yellow. It's just basic yarn. I got it at Michael's for 4 for $10, so it's very cheap, and I think a lot of my projects are just basic acrylic yarn. I usually stick to basic yarn. I haven't got into fingering yarn yet, so So this is the yarn I've been using. So this next thing is finished items. Sorry, my hands are a little cold because I'm outside. Well, you already know it's outside, so I don't know why I had to say that, but anyway. So this is a double crochet slip stitch hat with a nice flower on it. So basically I did my increases the same, and then when I got into the 1 double crochet in each slip stitch, yeah, I added, so basically here goes double crochet, slip stitch, double crochet, slip stitch, and so on. And then when I get down to here, I put a border of 5 rows of slip stitches. And then the flower comes into play. I flattened it out when I sewed it on because I wanted it to stay on. But this is what I mean, how this is yellow on the other flower, and this is going to be white on the other flower. And again, this is with the, well, not again, but this is the Simply, I have the book right. This is the Daisy Flower Designs, which again I got off of Pinterest. So this yarn is the Karen Cake yarn, and on top is a fluffy Burnett pom-pom. So that was the only finished project I have for this week. I am looking to work on the garden blanket. I have some future projects coming up. So one of the future projects I want to do is tube socks, which is just, there's no heel in them, they're just rounds of double crochets. They're just tube socks is what I call them. So I have those on the list, and I want to order from order. Okay, that came out wrong. Not wrong, but not the way I wanted it to sound. I ordered, well, I didn't order yet. I would like to order some, it's this fluffy, really super bulky Burnett baby yarn. It's like so thick, and I want to double crochet a blanket with it, and I'm also going to get a white one to go with it because I want to do a white border on it. I'd like to make a set of blankets to sell at the market. So I have that going. That would be from Yarn Canada. Now I decided a fun thing to include in this podcast would be a couple stories. So I finally got all my stuff, and I found my crochet hooks, and the crochet hook I needed to work on my garden blanket I didn't have. For some reason it's not in with all my other ones, but luckily, this is a really short story, I was kind of just like, oh my, where is it sort of deal, but luckily Bobby had the exact one I needed, so again, Bobby was my savior. Now story number 2 is I know a lot of you don't agree with this because a lot of you are DPN users, double pointed needles. Yeah. While Bobby was gone, I decided to take some scrap yarn I had, and I got up to 3 needles because I just want to do a simple circle. Well, I got up to 3 needles before I gave up, and when she came home, I'm like, DPN should be illegal. There's just not my thing. I think I'm gonna stick to my 2 needles with the ends on them, and or the circular needles. So I found out DPNs I don't have the patience for right now, but hopefully sometime in the future I will. So right now anything I do is going to be on crochet hooks or double pointed, not double pointed, but my single needles. So those are some little fun short story times. And of course, now to close out this video, last podcast I announced I wanted to start doing post notification shoutouts. So in my last video I asked you to like the video and comment below what your current work in progress was, or any comment you wanted. So this week's post notification shoutout goes to Painted World Fiber Arts. So shout out to you. I hope your channel is doing well. I have been there to check it out, and I like your podcast. So shout out to you. And for anyone who would like a shout out in the next video, be sure to like this video, turn on your post notifications, and of course subscribe. You must be subscribed to this channel. So subscribe, like this video, and comment below your current work in progress, or which do you prefer? Straight needles, DPNs, or circular needles. That is it for this week's podcast. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions of further projects I might like to try, then be sure to comment below and I will add them to a list of possible things to make. So that's all for now. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video.